period. All my black, brown, and indigenous. Gotta holler if you really feeling this. Gotta holler if you really real enough. Other rappers is delirious. Yeah, it's really that serious. Better holler if you really feeling me. I gotta keep it 100, ayy. If you don't like it, then fuck it, ayy. We gonna win in the end, yeah, we gonna live in abundance. I gotta keep it 100, ayy. If you don't like it, then fuck it, ayy. We gonna win in the end, yeah, we gonna. I gotta keep it 100. We gotta stop all the stunting. You know we coming from nothing. Yo, you talking about money, you bluffing. We gotta do something different. We gotta change how we live in. We gotta do better for women. We gotta do better for children. We gotta listen to victims, whether Jewish or Muslim or Christian. It doesn't matter your religion. You gotta stand against the system, or else you just another villain. How you just sitting there chilling?
Peace, everybody. Peace out there in the airwaves, Spotify, everywhere you at. Again, my name is Jamar Jabari, and I'm your host for today. You can catch me on every single thing that is out there, because if the cancel culture tried to get me, then at least they can't get me on every single platform there is out there. So like, share, subscribe if you like the content that you're hearing. I use Anchor for donations. People have been asking me, "Oh, is it $9.99?" And you can choose whatever you want, man. It's whatever. Even if you're doing $1.99, whatever your budget is, I don't like try to push the purse. I'm just a growing content creator, and I appreciate all the love and the respect that I'm getting out there. Especially when I say something bad political and people that's another conversation. Anyway, my name is Jamar Jabari, as your host, and I have a great show for you today. I got my good brother here, Brendan Spencer, and he brought his whole team to talk about the comic book enigma that they are creating, black-owned business that is just growing. If you remember them from my first season, I spoke to him when I first started out. He came up to New Haven and spoke to me, and I only had like a small mic and stuff. But the growth is real. A lot of more tech is coming in. I'm going to start doing more personal interviews again. This is going to be a whole new, different season that I can now for sure say is going to happen. So people definitely stay tuned with my little small group, man. I'm going to definitely be hitting y'all up and let y'all know when it's going down and who I'm going to bring on. It's music, politics, and culture. Thank you so much and I hope you enjoy this episode. So I have the brothers here. If you guys all want to introduce yourself, we can start off with, of course, Marcus, and then we can go whoever wants to go next after.
You know what? Actually, we got to start this off by ranks. VP, you do it.
This your boy.
People know who you are.
Rich Prophet Embry, the creator of Gaming Incarnate, the VP of Dinosaurs and Die Era. I'm the guy who gets it done around here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right then. Then I'm up next. This is D-Raw Garrison. I am the president and also co-founder of Die Era and Dinosaurs. I was the one who ended up meeting up with Marcus, and we went ahead and came up with this brilliant idea. And as you can see, I'm the one who got the props in the back. You know, it's real out here. So,
and ladies and gentlemen, you all know me, Mr. Lord Market Brandon Spencer, CEO of Die Era, the creator of Dinosaurs, and also part of the Gaming Incarnate, Mr. Ansem Hearts himself. Mm-hmm. Oh, and stay tuned at 6 p.m. because I will be on the game system.
Oh, geez.
And this is every weekend?
Yeah.
It's at least 3 to 4 times a week. Both of us.
Be on there.
Nice.
And Jay, I want to do this little segment real quick. Give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, man. This is your time.
Our friends, our good friends, Janelle Speedy, dropped her first book, I See Reality, dropped her first book. I want y'all to go get it. I want y'all to go get it. It's on her website. They love her. They love my splash.com. Go get it. It's a fantastic book. Very fantastic book.
Mm-hmm.
And
Word, yeah, send me that link. I'll put it in the detail.
I am too proud of her right now.
Word.
So back to our previous program. What's good?
What is it about? Real quick. What's the book about, real quick?
It's
It
a
was about
poetry book.
her point of view of story of her life.
Okay,
nice. And about mostly all about females' point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And we men, we don't get to realize what a woman go through. And they're seeing their point of view. So it's a very good eye-opening book. And it deals with so much details of trauma, personal life-changing decisions. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I actually grew up with Chanel up in the churches when we lived in the Bronx, which we're originally from, and she's always been very well spoken, very an outward person, and she's always really helping out the community as well. She does a lot. She's involved in a lot. So yes, please go check her out.
It sounds like she will be a great guest for this podcast in the future.
Hey, I will send you the info.
Next up,
there you go.
That's really dope. I love that. Supporting others,
Mm-hmm.
especially people that look like us, getting our images stuff out there, whatever we want to show to the world, whatever talent and stuff that we have. I love that, man. That's really dope because we don't really do that as much often. We have to relearn to encourage each other in this day and age. So that's really dope. So definitely, guys, check her out. The link will be in the description. And that's what it's all about. Community, man. That's dope, man. And so you moved. Speaking of community, you're not even like Connecticut community anymore. Like I was trying to set up and do all right, we're gonna do this personal interview this time. We're gonna use your studio. And then you like, bro, I'm in North Carolina. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
I know you. You was at the other event, and I literally told everybody, "Hey, I'm moving."
Oh,
y'all got until the end of October. It literally, I have witnesses. They were both there.
Yeah.
So it was just like, okay,
Help them move too.
Yeah. Everybody crying. Everybody was like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, I got it. My only sole purpose is to not only get the book done, but to get the gaming channel done.
Let's talk about the gaming channel. Are all three y'all involved in part of that?
all three of us are a part of it. Right now, it's mainly Marcus and myself putting up the content and editing of videos. D-Rod he jumps in when he can. He has, he has things going on in his life that he's like handling. But other than that, we just pumping out content left and right, trying to keep ourselves relevant.
Nice. Yeah, consistency is definitely key in this type of thing. Especially now we got over 5 million other people that people can look at. It's consistency.
Absolutely.
And what kind of games do y'all do, man? What like do y'all like have little like podcast talks in between your video gaming, or is it...
All right, let me go ahead and let me explain this a little bit, because I'm the one who likes to do debates and things of that order, and like really get into the essence of characters and things of that order. So anytime you would see me or hear my voice, we're really going to be getting into discussions. They play the video games and everything. I'll jump on in certain cases, but when we do like our death battles, when we do our content creations, when we do our Q&As, that's when you would normally see us. But these guys, they be handling the video games hard body, like they're on it.
Nice.
Yeah. Try to get that
Yeah,
place.
that's
Try
dope, man.
try to get that Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, that's the
So-
big thing.
Yeah, so
That's
what
the
we've
big
just
thing.
done is I just finished a full 100% playthrough of God of War Ragnarok. That's
that was
being
you?
put on YouTube.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
That's
was
me
one of
going
you
up there
two.
I'm getting tore up every
Yeah.
single time. I'm pushing through it. And Marcus, he does his live streams of Monster Hunter, Destiny. We're both on Overwatch. But if you want to see some like full storyline playthroughs, that's gonna be all me. Marcus doesn't have the patience for RPGs anymore.
Mhm.
Oh, don't say that.
for overall RPGs, he has his special ones that he goes to.
Depends on which one.
But yes,
Like Tuesday,
I'm more of the open gamer, so I'm willing to like literally play
Yeah,
anything.
he is truly the
more than just
gamer.
for the fun of it.
This Tuesday, I will be starting Legend of Dragoon on the PlayStation 4.
You see what I'm talking about, right? He's not gonna play Harry Potter. I'm going to Legend of Dragoon.
So
Oh my God.
I will be doing that. So you know,
What is it too hard? Like, do you play it on hard level? Is that what it is? Like, you gotta
me
play
or
it on
him?
the greatest level. I understand like why you can't handle it.
I play normal.
Oh, you just do normal. Okay,
I'm not,
gotcha.
Really,
I'm not that cruelty.
really, I believe it's more or less that he's more focused on getting, creating content when it comes to like the books and everything like that, because he is one of our main sources for our ideas. And when he comes up with his ideas, that's when he ends up bouncing it off of myself and Rich. And we help him coagulate his thoughts. And then after he gets his thoughts on, he gets his thoughts from us and he's like, okay, I'm going to do this. That's where his mind ends up going. So that's why he really doesn't have patience for like a lot of the newer things, but he'll sit there and play like Legend of Dragoon that he beat like 10 times already. So
nice. Yeah, because like I suck at RPGs, so I was trying to see if that was the issue. You know what I mean? Because I suck at RPGs so much. My girlfriend literally plays them on hard mode. She's a hardcore gamer than I am, and it annoys me. It ignores me that she's so good. So that's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. I was like, is it because it's too hard? Because Jesus, man, it is.
Yeah, it is. It's no joke.
It's a lot of grind time.
It's a lot of grind. I'm about to say that. It's a lot of grind.
But let's get into the comic books. So you got 4 volumes out, right?
5.
5.
I'm actually working on the actual big book right now. That is all 5 put together. In America, we can't really do a manga form when it's back to front because we don't have printers that do that. So we're doing it regular front to back, but it's going to be in the black and white format. I have a couple of books over here. As you can see, this is our latest issue, number 5. And in our comic book versions, in our comic book versions, we actually have them in color and things of that nature of how we actually do things.
Wow.
Let me go ahead and give you
Talk
something
about
else.
a fucking upgrade. That's dope.
Exactly from the original ones that we actually had. So that's what I'm actually doing right now. I'm making and it's going to be like probably like 160 to 180 page book that's basically going to be somewhat formatted as in how you would read a manga when it comes to the chapter breakdowns, the bios of the characters, the bios about us. We're taking literally everything that we've done within this last 4 or 5 years of creating this actual masterpiece, and we're actually putting it all together within that book. And we're actually also we got so much stuff in the pipeline right now. I'm going to stick with the books.
Go ahead, let it out.
It's nothing but rebranding after this. It's just rebranding and now put it out there for the whole world now. So that's where we at right now. But we know Bridgeport, everybody in Connecticut got the book. They waiting for number 6. They waiting
for the next one.
They stingy.
They being very look at forget
up here in PA as well. I'm up in here in PA in Allentown in the Lehigh Valley, and I have some people in the Lehigh Valley that I've been selling to. Like it's between like Bridgeport, Connecticut, and the Lehigh Valleys where a lot of our stuff has been out right now. And they've been actually coming up to me as of late, literally like, hey, where's the next issue at? And I'm like, be patient, everybody. We're trying to get the world onto this now. So, but how we ended up doing it is that those who support us already, like yourself and everyone else, you guys actually have like the first, second edition. Like these are like this is like the third edition set. Even with this version right here of book 1, this is the third edition of book 1. You can even see how shiny it looks now compared to the one that you probably ended up getting from when we ended up going from the matte to the gloss paper. So, you know, so now we ended up adding a lot of value. So when we actually hit the market, which we already have our barcodes, they're going to end up getting something different. So think of your copy as the blueprint to the Spider-Man ones. So
that's dope. That's dope. Like, I hope y'all hearing this, my listeners, because like we got some shit going down right here. These guys is literally like the Stan Lees of the black community right now. We need more of those, you know. Like, I'm so glad that this, like, you guys are like the success that you're having and the expansion and stuff. Like, shouts out to the hometown Bridgeport, PA. We're going to be more towns, you know what I mean? Are you guys looking at like stores or anything? What was your process? Let's break that down. What's the process of the outreach and this in the sales making? Now, don't reveal any secrets, though.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I'm joking.
I get down. You know,
the process is our process. Honestly,
well, right now we're trying to get everything in order so we can start selling on the website. We did talk about putting like the sample books that we have on Webtoons because I have a source at work telling me about certain things that's going on. So, you know, I'm just sitting here meditating and praying on that, and just making sure that everything is going in line on what we're doing. You know,
tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. This is how our process goes.
Go ahead, BP.
Look, this is how our process goes, and it's going to amaze you at how.
All right.
So our process is: we come together, we talk about it. This is where we are. This is where we want to go. This is what's happening in the world right now. How are we going to navigate these lands? And we talk about all the different possibilities that we can go through. So we write those down. We set those aside. This is a good idea. This is a good idea. This might need a little bit more work, but it's still a good idea. Let's write it all down. Let's keep this in traction. And then we leave it there. That way we can come back to it because we already have ideas of which avenues that we can take should we need to take those roads. Then somewhere down the pipeline, everything that we've already talked about gets brought to us by someone else who's watching us, who's reading our content and be like, you should do this. Oh, we talked about that about 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
That is literally how our process is. Everything that we're getting told that we should do, we've already talked about beforehand, and we have a way to get there, which is a reason why we move so fast.
Wow.
And on top of that, on top of that, as Rich said, we do have a lot of conversations. And one thing about our group is that we have real camaraderie. We do not put down each other's ideas. We end up trying to figure out how we can actually make it work, because there's no such thing as a bad idea. It's just how can we format it, like he said. So there's never any type of malice in our group when it comes to actual idea giving and actually like, okay, like that's a great idea, or I don't know about that, but how can we make that work? How can we all see it? Is anything that we come up with, it's either majority decision, because you know these two might have an idea that I'm not down with, but then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna rock out with that, and vice versa. You know, and that's just how we roll. We really make sure that we research first. We do a lot of research. Rich is really good at that. And then we go ahead and bring it to the table. Like Rich is our big researcher when it comes down to what is happening in the industry. I'm more or less on the news end because I'm always looking at what other people are doing. And then I also bring that up to the table. Then Marcus is always our last line of defense because we don't really move unless he feels comfortable with it. So it's a lot of respect in this circle, a lot of respect. We have another person who isn't here, Dan Pritchard, who is our background artist and also is our art design director. He couldn't make it today, but you would see him in like our like Marcus and myself and him. We actually have a little trailer out that's on our Facebook and everything like that. That does like talks a little bit about us.
Yeah.
Wow. That's actually dope. I'm sitting here in my musician and podcast activist brain, and I'm just thinking of all the connections that I have to make in order for me to achieve the type of goals that I need to achieve within my craft. And I'm thinking, how do you push comic books? It just seems so hard to me, especially in this day and age. You think you got this guy Rich that's like researching him, like, dude, he must be like incredibly, like, dude, like, what is it like, Rich? Like, do you look at like how do you notice other small groups coming up from different comic book companies, those small companies? Do you like see how the market goes? Like, what's a research process? I just gave a little. It might not even be that, but
now we like how your brain works. Hit him, Rich.
So here's the hilarious thing. I'm not a comic book guy. These two right here, like, everyone else in the group but me is a hardcore comic book person. So what I do is I'll listen, because we share videos all the time about what's going on in the comic book industry and the video game industry. We talk about it all the time. So when they're talking about it, I listen to like, okay, this is what's going on here, this is what's going on there. And then when we share videos with each other, like I'll put the video on in the background, listen to it. Okay, this is what's going on there. That's what's going on there. We can't take this avenue. We can't take that avenue. I'm taking notes. Mm-hmm. I know absolutely nothing about comic books, like the pristine conditions and all that and what they're supposed to be. But I'm just like, I think I know how to reach people in different ways. Mm. So
that's dope.
So the way that we started doing it was obviously friends and family. This is originally how we started it. Oh, you have an idea? Yeah. Go ahead and get the idea. Get the people together. And Marcus will tell you this from day one. He envisioned this with a bigger group. It started out and we had like almost 30 people sitting in his basement, plotting out how to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the basement. Yeah.
It boiled down to the core four who've made all of it happen. Mm-hmm. And we just reach out. Like we still have the support of the people who were there in that basement. We have the support of friends and family, people who we just interact with, people that we work with. We're just like, hey, this is what I'm working on. Mm-hmm. Tell me what you think. Mm-hmm. But don't give it back to me because that's yours. I'm gonna go pass out another 100 more around the mall. You know what I'm saying? So we just started out in our community, which is why like our communities all have them first. Mm-hmm. And we just wanted their feedback. And we tell people all the time, real recognize real. Don't give me none of that sugar-coated, tell me what I want to hear stuff. No, tell me the hard stuff. Tell me everything. Yeah. Tell me what you hate. Tell me what you love. Like,
yeah, because everybody calling me 6'9" or
what?
Everybody call me the Kakashi 6'9". I'm like, oh well.
It got to be the hair. It got to be the
hair. Depending on the feedback is where we take it, which is why we have so many additions to the book now. Because it's like, all right, this is what we made. This is what we like. Let's give it out there. Oh, they love it. Oh, you know what? Let's go back and change this because we can make this better. Mm-hmm. There's always room for improvement, and with that improvement comes more eyes to want to see it.
Yep. I mean, shoot, I believe I still have our very first issue that we stood in Hector's bedroom. This is the first issue that we actually made, that we actually stapled together ourselves and actually sent it out.
Fun fact, we made 3 of these in a day.
Yeah, it took us a while, and it took a lot of trips to the store. We went through a lot of ink. So you see how different it is from this one. Now?
We made 3 full books from scratch in a day.
This is the old one. This is the new one. You see the gloss on this one to nothing on this one at all.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You see that this one. See how flat this one is compared to. Let me go to that same page,
man. That same page.
To how more pop this one has. This is all through trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. There's so many elements to comic book making.
Oh, yeah.
That people don't even realize, you know.
That's a lot of work.
My mind is being blown right now. Like I'm seeing the trials and the errors. I'm just like, Jesus, how do y'all stay afloat? Like, is it easier now, or was there times where y'all was thinking, damn, Marcus, I don't know, man. Like, how do you guys like have your own support groups? Like, how do y'all stay afloat? You know what I mean?
Oh man, can I take this one?
Go for it. Go for it.
Well, it isn't easy. It isn't easy, but the whole thing that keeps us afloat is that this is what we love. This is our hobby. This is what it is that actually drives us, because we're actually fans of everything. I mean, Rich, he has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to video games. He's our video game guru. When it comes to comic books, mangas, anime, Marcus and myself, we're 100% down. That's all us. That is our lifestyle.
Hey now, don't exclude me from the anime world. How dare you?
Okay. I'm sorry. He is a part of the anime world too. All right, and he is very knowledgeable. I did not mean to say that for you, Rich. He's very knowledgeable. But when it comes down to our hobbies and things like that, we really are about this. We're fans before we are content creators, and we just took things that we love and put it together, and we took literally the best things. Like, man, I mean, we're all older men. You're talking about at least 20 odd years of knowledge that we poured into our creation here, and we just keep continually getting better and better and better, and then we're not keeping up, let's say, with the Joneses, because we are not like everybody else, but we see what they are doing and we adapt to what the community is about. But we're not like, we don't have any size, no fences. You know what I mean? We basically think of it as an HOA fee. You know what I mean? We don't have no gates, but everybody could go ahead and mow through the lawn.
This is absolutely like amazing. You know, this is some new knowledge that we are getting today, people that are listening. And I want y'all to literally look up this comic book and get involved, learn a lot of stuff. I'm telling you, man, the stories are awesome. I don't want to spoil nothing because that's not the person I am. But I would tell you, stories are awesome, which is why I still need to get that next volume out. So
actually,
that too.
We don't even have any more of these. This is the last copy that we actually have that I have right here. This is actually the last copy. If anything, we could mail it to you, but you gotta ask the CEO up there. He's the one who tells us what's up.
We'll figure that out, Marcus. But I'll wait for you guys to get more. You know what I mean? Because I love how there's a lot of improvement that goes on with that stuff. Like
like I said again, we're like I said, we're rebranding, we're remarketing, and we're gonna post it out to everybody. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that we're doing, and not to spoil anything, but number 6 is coming soon. So I will
hear that, Bridgeport?
I will say that. Yeah, I've been saying that. Hey, number 6 is coming. It is coming, but you know what?
We've been saying that for like the past 4-6 months.
Hey, listen.
But it is. It's not like
it is though. It is.
Listen,
how long does it take for you to put together a great comic book story? What's the process? You know, let's get into the craft of like creating these stories. Well, Rex, that's his name. I'll just mention Rex. I don't want to spoil nothing else, but just the dynamics of character work, even with a asshole like Rex. I do feel like he's an asshole, obviously. But
you want me to take that one? You want me to take
you good. Whatever your opinion is, we take it.
All right, so
today. can't
So,
wait.
so when it comes to the process of the story, that the core process, the core moments of the story comes from Marcus and D-Rod. They fleshed out the entire story already, and it's like we have a lot to work with. So where we are in the stages of that right now is we know the start, the middle, the end. We know all of that. We know exactly what we want, where we want to go. We know how we want it to look, and we basically know the roadmap on from where we're starting to how we want to get there. And that's just the skeleton of it. So what we're in the process of doing now is taking that full-blown novel story with no pictures or anything like that and putting it in a format where we can take what's written, read it, see it, and put it on paper for everyone else to see what we see.
Storyboarding.
Yeah.
So the illustrations aren't done yet. First, the story is done, and then the illustrations come next.
Yeah,
You
because
have
you have to know what you're reading, and you have to see what you're reading in order for you to put a picture to it. Because if you put a picture of anything, what's the story behind the picture?
Yeah, and then when it comes down to it, we have formatted a way that we're very descriptive when we actually write. So when you're reading it, anybody who reads what we write as a script for each episode, they can actually draw it out, because we end up putting it's how you will write a script. Like you would say, oh, you would have a person say something, and then you would say in parentheses, oh, he picks up a cup with his left hand. So what would you draw? You would draw them talking and have a cup in the hand, and then you would motion it towards the hand because you wanted to show that more or less. So then it's really about that. See, I'm very meticulous when it comes to the storyboard. I actually put too much inside of the actual storyboarding, to the point where we'll see one scene and have that one scene, but then I will break it up into 4 or 5 different scenes out of that one little scene. And that's how we end up getting the girth of the actual books. So when it comes down to it, like Rich said, we'll have the write out portion of it first. And then I'm basically our storyboarder. I'm the one who ends up basically drawing out what it is that we want. I mean, we have our other ways that I'm not going to describe right now, because that's our trade secret.
Yeah, right.
But then we do that. Then I'm actually drawing it. I'm not that great of an artist like Marcus is, because all the drawing, the illustrations is between the character illustrations is Marcus, and then the background illustrations is Dan. Dan is a phenomenal background artist. And they take, we take what's written, I'll draw it out, and then I'll give it to Marcus, and then Marcus will take what I draw, and then he will put his own spin to it and actually bring it to life. Then we end up, using simulations to make rooms, and then basically picture graph these different rooms, and then we automatically know where we want to put our characters within those rooms. So that's where Dan comes in. He takes our backgrounds, draw them out, and then we insert our characters in there. It's a 3-man process, and then Rich does basically a lot of all our writing, editing. So
I am the overly descriptive writer that gives him his overly abundance and storyboarding. That's how it works.
Yeah, to Marcus overabundance in stories that he writes, because we're the ones, we're his middlemen who make sense out of what it is that the world that he created. And then we ended up pooling all of our ideas together. So it's not just Marcus, it's our world that we actually created, because we all put in ourselves and our own small characters that we have from our own things. So we all have our own ideas, but we ended up pooling them together to this one project, so that when we come out to the forefront, we have many more projects to come. So, but once we are out there and we have the support systems, the community involved, we're able to start pushing these things out even more, because right now it's really all on us and those who helped us out, like yourself. And we just been pulling back into it. That's how you got the different issues, because we were like, yo, man, we really did a good job. People loved it, but we can make it better.
Marcus, I saw you giggling a few times over there, like with the stress of how I guess you would feel like how the stress of the work process is. That what it was like? God, these guys are overdoing, and that's amazing.
No. You want to hear about the stress of the work process?
Well, hold on.
Yeah, let me get it.
I
Let me
will
get
put you on blast. Don't make me.
it.
Go ahead, VP. Go ahead, VP. Go ahead.
I'm putting myself and I'm putting Marcus on blast right
Go
here.
ahead.
So I am the story, like I'm like part story creator now because like I modify it the way that I see what best fit for what people would want to see. But like I edit the story. 100%. I hate reading and I hate writing, but that is what it's what I do. Marcus does not make any of this easier for me. When I first started doing this, he was like, I typed this up. I want you to go over it and edit it. I will tell you this. Marcus writes the same way he speaks.
This is true.
You're lucky.
I have that problem too. I can't relate, actually.
The exact same way he speaks is the exact same way he writes. You want to talk about decoding hieroglyphics?
Mhm. But that's the beauty part about it, though, because of how his mind works, is how we're able to meld those ideas. But like I said, he needed the help. I mean, you thought you had it hard when Marcus and I first met in college, right? You know, he was sitting here drawing some character. You know, I'm good at, really, like I know my anime, I know my cartoons, and I was able to pick out what he took from whatever he did to come up with his idea. I was like, oh yeah, that's this, and I walked away from him. I messed him up for like a good week. And then he finally approached me, and then he ended up, really clicking. And he comes to my house and he brings up these two big, like the big binders, with folders in them. And he was like, hey, Devo, I got a story here. And then he plops it in front of me and he's sitting here whipping out characters here. Like when he tells you he has like over 5,000 characters, he is not lying.
It's no joke.
It's no joke. He sat in and he was pulling them all out. He's like, yo, this guy is this guy is this. There was no rhyme or reason.
As of right now, I even got the number of characters. Where's that paper at?
There's no rhyme or reason to it. I told this man, I'm like, yo, look.
It's 9,257 characters so
far. I'm almost halfway there.
Yeah. And me and him went there. We went through all these characters and even the new ones that he built. So I know literally everything that everyone's doing. And I told him straight up, I was like, because I'm more of a story guy. I was like, you got all these characters, but I don't hear no story. So what's the main story here? I said, yo, here, you write down what each character sets up, and then we'll go from there. So that's what he did. He came back to me a month later, and he was like, all right, D, this is what I got. Boom. And I was like, all right, bet. I went through all his notes. I'm like, all right, this is where we're going to start. This is where we're going to be in the middle. This is where we're going to be ending. I'm a person who thinks of, you know how a normal person would say their ABCs, A, B, C, D. I'm a person who would say all the letters. I would go A, F, C, G, X, Z, Y. I would say all the alphabets, but never in order. But I know my alphabets, right? That's how the process was. So we ended up taking that type of thought process to his thought process, and that's how we came up with it. That's why he curses us out all the time, especially Marcus.
And the worst part about it at this point is that now that we're so in sync with each other, we know exactly what each other is thinking. So Marcus can just look at me and I'll start cursing him out. and he has said absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
He does the same thing to me. He'll like wake up from his sleep and just come and start cursing me out. It's like, I just woke up too. What happened?
Yeah, like I said, I be in the ether. I lay there, I come up with ideas, I come up with characters, the abilities, the bio, I come up with anything. And the fact that these two gentlemen know my mind so well and help me navigate everything. Okay, I'm going to put you here. I want to put you in this series. I want to put you in this series, but not right now. Like, they literally put like a file cabinet in my head and organize everything. So, but with the art, going back to your question, when D-Rod do his storyboard, it's the angles. And you don't get really those type of angles in manga or in comic books. So then that's one thing about our books that really strike people is the angles. So you really don't, when you draw dinosaurs or reptiles, you're really not supposed to show their front face. You need to see them at a 3.4 or a 3/4 view, or see their side view. You really don't see their front.
Yeah, 3/4, halves.
Yeah,
we really work on those. We really pride ourselves in really angling properly, and that's really hard when you're talking about the actual backgrounds. And then I make it. We all don't make it easy for each other.
Yeah,
and it's really a process. We all really don't make it easy.
But it's also testing us to push in the envelope and keep pushing, breaking that wall. So
that's really cool. I didn't know that. I'm literally like a student right here. Just
so
like
that's how. Yeah, you know what? We even at my age, all of our age, we're still students because we're still learning.
I don't want to talk about being a student. All right.
Yeah, he's doing his thing in school right now too.
So,
oh man,
for future projects.
Yeah, for future projects. For what? Three of them things.
Three of them things. Yeah, three of them things. 3 different projects that we're working on. Yeah, rub your face.
More than 3.
Yeah.
Why you have to remind me? It's more than 3.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it is more. Yeah, like I said, with my later streams, we're working on 7 different projects at the same time, but we all getting them done. So there's no delays. It's just we're prepping time. So we're going to be very active this summer. Trust me when I say that. We're going to be very active in this summer. So, and
dude, word. I can't wait. Honestly,
it's going to be very exciting, and it is. I don't know. I don't know how everybody's going to feel, but I know I'm going to have fun with it. I know I'm going to have fun with it. So
at this point, it's like we don't really care what you feel. You don't feel what you feel, how you feel it.
Yeah.
But if I feel good, that means I can pump out some good stuff. And if I pump out some good stuff, that means you gonna feel good too.
I'm not gonna put anybody on blast. Like I've been to some conventions.
Now go ahead, talk about it.
Talk about it.
I'm not gonna put anybody on blast, but
talk about
I called my boy up yesterday. I'm like, yo, we won this.
Tell him about it. All right. So this is what happens, right? Now we have, like, Marcus and myself and Rich and Dan, we have been to like the Bridgeport Art Trail. We was at like we love everybody, you know what I mean? So we will be a part of any group, but we're not like attached to them. We was at the LGBTQ rally as well, and we were selling books there as well. We're really engaged with people because we really love what we do. Now, when we go to these conventions like the New York Con, Connecticut, and where they just went, we see a lot of people are reserved into themselves because as creatives, most creatives aren't really in your face people per se. They don't have big personalities. They let their personalities show in their work. But when you're trying to like sell and get people into your world, you have to be enthusiastic about it. And that's where we feel like we have a lot of the advantage because we are very, as people can tell, we're very enthusiastic about our work, and we want the community to not just on some point accept us, but to actually just take it all in and then give us how you feel, like how you felt how Rex is. We love that. We want people to have their own experience with this because we ended up like on our very first page, we took real life experiences and then hyped them up to 10 so that it could be relatable to not only just our community, but to all communities. So that's why we don't really push ourselves as being Black owned creators, because we are creators. It's just that we happen to be Black.
Yeah,
So, but yet we will help out people in our community now. Like when we end up getting things done, like I have some people who, and we all have some people who have ideas that we've been helping here and there. And when we end up getting to the threshold that we want to get to, we'll be able to help other people get to this type of success and even higher.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. You know, that's why I like to have conversations and do a lot of different content with this podcast, make it as broad as possible, because meeting people like y'all is what we definitely need to keep showing on all this stuff, and especially in the media today. It just seems that the algorithm is always just adjust to a certain thing, which is fine, I guess. You want to look at cats all day, but where's these tools? Where's these tools, you know, that you can learn from? Like my brother Javon, he loves video games and stuff. You know, I want to put him onto the channel that you got going on. He knows Marcus. He'll definitely like be in tune to go over there and check it out. You know, you need to do something, my brother. But that's just me and my little brother.
Look, tell
I know
him to be careful navigating that. We already have over 500 videos.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, and forgive us for, you know, being outspoken and mostly me being me, you know.
I'm the politically correct one.
Look, we gonna be real with you. We go out there, we get a little crazy. We be raw dogging those videos.
I'm the one who's real politically correct when it comes to certain things. When it comes to speech, that's why I say I'm the one who, you know, like I said, they're the fun guys. I'm there to either teach, speak, or excite people at that point.
And
my brother's 23. He can handle it. He'll be all right. Right? Yeah.
I'm the one that say the outlandish stuff. You know, I'm the one that. You know,
I gotta tune in again. I checked out a few. Oh, you know what it is, Marcus? Your notification doesn't come up on me anymore. That's what it is. Whenever you like start your channel, I gotta figure that out. I think that's a YouTube thing. They just did that to you. That's probably what it was. I'm gonna look at it.
I knew I was gonna get attacked by YouTube one day.
I used to get notifications, and I don't anymore.
I tell you what, it was that one comment from that one video that one time.
Oh God, YouTube would do that to you. They have taken down a few of my videos.
What?
Just saying.
What did I say in that video? I said controversy.
Which one it was?
Mm-hmm.
We have so many of them.
I know what it was. I know. Yeah, it was the I need consent. Yeah.
Yeah, I need consent. I remember that one.
Part 1 or 2.
Both parts.
Oh God! All right.
Both parts. Yeah, it was a good night that night.
These guys, man.
Yeah, man.
Rich could testify. It was a good night.
Look, we never really found out what white male meant.
No.
But white.
No, we never did. Never did. You know what? That's another stream. Anyway,
listen, I gotta tell you, like, y'all talk as much crazy as you want. These little teenage boys be on there saying any darn thing, and they know they'll get choked out if they was in front of you. Like, I used to put my thing on when I do Grand Theft Auto, because the only time I go on live right now is currently Grand Theft Auto 5.
The worst game.
That's the worst one. That's the chow house for.
I'm getting judged. Yeah, I know. Of course, they all on there acting the hell up. I gotta put them on mute, man. I want to talk to none of them.
Is Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty? You should not be on the group chat.
For real.
Okay. just put.
That's why I'm not on those. That's why you're not seeing me on those. I'm like, yo, we got a topic today, guys. No, I'll talk to y'all later then.
You just up here playing.
Mm-hmm.
Getting
Yes,
shot.
Who got the best servers?
And we are getting back to our depth battles. I know we took a break.
Yeah.
We're doing our new series, Anime Court. That's going to be very fun.
Yeah.
That's coming out next month.
It's basically going to be myself and Rich arguing. That's basically what it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Mr. Analytical versus Mr. Research.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because I get very analytical. So it's basically going to be us. And that's that one right there you will really like, because we do take like a real big social turn when it comes to, you know, what happens in society compared to what reality is. Mm-hmm. So when you end up getting into those type of things, you get real great conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, you know, that's good. I always want people to, you know, talk about the uncomfortable things. We got to, because it makes you stronger, or also testing your beliefs. If like, wait a minute, do I fully really understand this? Mm-hmm. Do I fully agree with this? You know, maybe it's some pushback, but it's knowledgeable pushback. Maybe it can actually make my perspective even more greater on it, or actually makes me double down on my perspective and stuff like that. That's one of the things that I love about conversation in general. And I wouldn't break that mold of the American culture of us always like, oh, we don't bring that up here. No.
We have that, like I said again, we have that in our stories. So there's going to be a lot of touchy moments, or like how we used to like how we went to grew up back then.
Yeah.
There'd be like a TV show. Hey, you need your family for this. We're going to touch on a very soft subject. You need to watch this with your family so they could break it down.
Family matters and things like that. Yeah, when TV was TV.
Yeah,
right.
We're bringing that back. Like we're breaking, like I've been saying, we're breaking rules, we're breaking boundaries. But that's what we artists are. We always breaking rules and boundaries.
Yes,
so
we are. This is why you can't put people together anymore.
I mean, hey.
We're not like the predictions like The Simpsons and the Family Guy. We're not that. We're
the Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about Rumble? You know, do you ever think about besides YouTube, Rumble maybe?
It's these guys. You guys done that. I know they use Twitch.
The Vice President.
Rumble. Yeah, it's like
I heard
YouTube.
Someone referred to me for Caffeine yesterday. So I think Caffeine is the one Drake did. Drake made. I get Drake made Caffeine.
What? Drake has a streaming service?
I think so. YouTube? I think he did that with the URL or something like that.
That's
wild. It was that in Caffeine.
That damn Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
One day he's Jamaican. One day he's Jamaican. The other day he's Mexican. One day he looked like Lil Wayne. The next day he looked like Bad Bunny. It's like, stay in one personality, please.
You can't talk about staying in one personality.
Hey, at least I do.
From time to time.
At least I do. With time for it. At least I do.
Mm-hmm.
Man. But we got to get you guys back on here again, man. This was really, really, really dope, man. Keep these volumes going. Because like I think that there's a lot of great information that just came out, and a lot of young people, especially that are interested in making comic books and stuff. Like, what's your advice? So we're almost getting to the end of the show here, unfortunately. But what's your advice that you'll give to a young comic book writer or artist that wants to achieve what you guys are achieving?
Okay. I'll start off first. The only advice that I would say is to get your idea, write it down, and really flush out your idea, because one thing you do not want to do is go in half-hearted with an idea and then try to make it work, get basically done, and then your story doesn't mesh. So make sure that you really take the time out to flush out your characters, flush out your plot points, and to really flush out your main objective of your story.
Mhm. Rich.
Quick question on that. We musicians, we like to say less is more. Is that the same type of concept with comic book writing?
Well, it all depends on what it is that you're going for. Now, if you're doing just a little kid's book, then less is more. But if you're going into something that's going to be like a Ghost in the Shell, where the story could be very convoluted with a lot of different aspects that you're looking at, then I would suggest that you would do a little bit more. Like, we're very complicated because we have decades worth of work that we have, like we're sitting on, and we're really shuffling through it. So that is kind of a bad thing, but it's also a good thing because we have a lot of different sources to pull from. But then again, you would need a team, but I'll let these guys talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to comment on the less is more. As far as comic books go, from the experience I have with these guys, the more detailed that you are in a story, the less that you have to put in a storyboard, unless you want to make that detail part of like what people actually see and be able to connect it to. Because we have a lot of things that we've shown in our comic books that we're throwing hints for in future endeavors of the characters, also their backgrounds. So it's like we're giving you all the detail without giving you any filler. You know what I'm saying?
The setup is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only instance that I can determine with more is better than less, is when you're trying to give a lot of information without having to go back and fill in that gap.
Nice.
Okay.
Got you.
And for me, I want to keep this short. Be proud of your work. Be very proud of your work. Give us reason why to bring us into this world that you made, the joy that you made, the characters, the storylines, the whatever trauma, whatever the characters are going through. Give them emotion so we can feel it. You know, I think a lot of times we don't have characters, well, certain characters like Black Panther that inspire everybody.
Yeah.
Because why? Because it represented us.
Yeah.
You know, so stuff like that. Just be proud of your work. And this is serious. I can't even pronounce the word, constructive criticism. There you go. My God.
You did it. You did it.
You did it. You said it.
I heard myself that one.
My God. Oh, take constructive criticism, because you can see one thing, but someone outside can come in and help it and tweak it to look perfect and make sense. So, as an artist, you go already know these two. I always hear it, but look how beautiful it come out. So
I'll definitely be putting them to work too.
I just can't. I've been taking L's all day today. So, like I said, and have fun with it. Enjoy, have fun with it.
Enjoy the process. Enjoy the process.
There's going to be a lot of sleepless nights. There's going to be a lot of crying nights. There's going to be a lot of I want to rip everything up, screaming. Enjoy the process. Be patient, and that's it.
Word.
That's right, Rex.
Yeah, Rex is tall, man. He said that was 6 feet.
Like, 6 feet, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Let me give you guys a full body shot of him. Like straight down, all the way up. Yeah, I'm gonna do a height comparison for you guys.
So go stand next to it.
Yeah.
I'm about 6
That's
foot.
crazy, man. That's
Yeah.
a big thing, man. All right, well, guys, man, this has been absolutely amazing. Like, let me tell you something. This was a dope ass podcast, and I hope a lot of people get a lot of jewels out of this. Like, I just want to remind people, man, this is exactly what it looks like to follow your dreams. If you want to know what it looks like, this is what it looks like. And it's a lot of work and consistency. And don't look at what other people are doing, especially for podcasters, because I see that going on a lot. Don't look at what other people are doing. Don't compare what you have to others. Keep on pressing.
You said that. You actually brought that up from the last conversation.
Yeah. I gotta keep saying it, because that's the only thing that sucks about social media is like you get to see what everybody's doing, and of course you're gonna start hating in some kind of shape or form, but you gotta block that out and start loving it.
Like I said, I've been telling people, stay in your lane.
Walk in your own shoes. They don't got your feet.
Stay in your lane. You're the only person with the blueprints.
Right. Well, brothers, I wish y'all guys amazing success. And the growth is just unreal. I just been mind blown this whole time, just listening and taking in information. And I'm so happy that you guys are like so fine tuned and getting it done. Like COVID was a rough year, and
It was our best year, to be honest with you.
there you go. See,
It was our best year.
There you go. That's absolutely dope.
I mean, sorry for everybody.
Yeah, sorry about that. We didn't mean nothing by it.
No, we know.
For us, it was awesome.
Oh my god.
Nah, we know.
But
it's true though.
Was our year. So
Mhm.
my god.
If you was able to make it through that and still build,
Mhm.
it's sky's the limits now. It's over.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, we book 3 came out that year, and we sold
And
out.
book 4.
And
was-
book 4. And we sold out
2,
3 times.
2, 3, and 4 came out then.
Yep. 2,
Yeah.
3, and 4.
We
We
sold
sold. I
out.
think we
So
made like
each
2
book-
different issues of each.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And we sold out 4 times of each.
Yo, tell
book.
them how many books we sold, bro. Real quick for the people.
Well, the new number 1,801,
It's hand in hand.
and that's hand
Wow.
to hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's hand to hand.
Hand to hand.
No internet.
No internet. Hand to hand.
No
Not in
internet.
stores, hand to hand.
Oh man, see,
With the mask on and sanitized
With the mask
hands.
on, and we made masks. Oh,
We was looking out
oh
for the
the
people.
dark, handmade by
Yeah,
Vice
handmade. Sombre.
By Vice President.
wow.
With sanitized hands.
Look at that.
Sanitized.
Sanitized hands, sanitized beer pong table, sanitized scissors.
It's everything.
I burnt the
Damn,
ruler
man.
a couple of times.
Hey, but like I said, anything is possible.
And we
Yeah,
wanted to also
that's
say
awesome.
thank you, Jay, for having us on here and introducing us to your people. We highly appreciate this, and we will be around for you next time if you ever wanted to chat it up.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
definitely.
absolutely.
Maybe I'll join one of your streams one day.
Oh, that would be dope. That would be dope. That would
We
be
just
dope.
gonna drop the plug in here. You know what I'm saying?
All you
That
gonna
would be
see,
dope.
all you gonna see is a link. Jump in.
Let me see if
The
I
next time
can.
the next time we're gonna be doing this, we're gonna be on book 6.
Oh man, that's amazing. Well, everybody on the airways, keep a lookout for book 6. Check out. It's moving around, so I can't read right now, but it's going to be the link in the description. Everything you need to know about getting a connection about this great comic book that's coming out, bro, and the comic books before it. Please support, and they're growing, and it's a good ass growth. If you can see, if you don't think that these guys don't know what they're doing, then I don't know who you be following. 'Cause this is work right here, and they put in the goddamn work. So hats off to y'all guys.
Thank you.
And
Bless.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is another great podcast from Jabari Block Podcast. My name is Jamar Jabari, of course. Like, share, subscribe. And if you want, definitely donate or become a paying subscriber. Link will be in description. Thank you all for coming on. Have a good day, guys. Happy Sunday.
Blank period, yeah. On my black, brown, and indigenous. Gotta holler if you really feeling this. Gotta holler if you really real enough. Other rappers is delirious. Yeah, it's really that serious. Better holler if you really feeling me. I gotta keep it 100, ayy. If you don't like it, then fuck it, ayy. We gonna win in the end, yeah, we gonna live in abundance. I gotta keep it 100, ayy. If you don't like it, then fuck it, ayy. We gonna win in the end, yeah, we gonna. I gotta keep it 100. We gotta stop all the stunting. You know we coming from nothing. Yo, you talking about money, you bluffing. We gotta do something different. We gotta change how we live in. We gotta do better for women. We gotta do better for children. We gotta listen to victims, whether Jewish or Muslim or Christian. It doesn't matter your religion. You gotta stand against the system, or else you just another villain. How you just sitting there chilling?